Alright, so let's create our first automation flow. Add the name to it. Let's just add some kind of a name. And this is the actual flow builder. So here you can create your automation triggers, what kind of actions you want to have there. So what are the flows generally used for? This is where you want to create a sequence of different actions to be taken when a specific trigger adds a person to this automation flow. So let's say, for example, one of the most simple one is when somebody submits a form, you want to start sending them an email or some set of emails for a specific time with some kind of a delay. This is what you can achieve with the automations. So you can ask the first thing that you can do is to add a trigger. So the trigger is basically what do you want to add people into this flow. So here you have different triggers. So for example, if somebody is being added to a list, let's say they submit a form being added to a list, and when they're being added to that list, they'll start receiving that emails or whatever the flow is about. So let's say somebody is being added to the default list, that will trigger them to enter the flow and execute the steps one by one. And by clicking the plus, you can add your actions. So let's say you want to send an email right away after they submit being added to the list. So let's say here you add some information about some subject line for our email. Then we have the sender, and here we can add our information. Well, start building our email. So whatever, let's say this is welcome to our newsletter after they submitted their, let's say, their email for a newsletter. And you can edit this email again with the builder and click on save. So that added our first step. This is the email, click outside, and this is our first step. So when somebody enters, they will receive this email right away. If you want to delay it, if you don't want to send right away, you can just add a new step with a delay. So let's say you want to delay with, let's say with 10 minutes. So after 10 minutes of entering the flow, so this is the delay step, there will be send this email for to that user. And this way you can create whatever flow you want. So you can click on the plus and you can add some other actions. So here you can see all the available actions available. So another cool thing is, for example, the delay, the if else. So this is a split of the automation based on a specific rule. Let's say you want to filter people by, let's say, by the tag. So let's say if they're tagged with a specific tag, that will be, let's say this is the tag that you're looking for. And if the user has the tag, they will go to the left. And if the user does not have the tag, they will go to the right. And you can execute a different set of different actions to be taken. Let's say you want to update their property, you want to add them to a different list, remove them from a list, add a note, whatever you wish to execute for that user. If they take that path, you can add it here. And this way you can build as big as you want flows. If you build a really big flow, you can always click on the minus on the side to zoom out to see a better, smaller view of the whole thing, to navigate easier, or go back to the original 100% view. And this is it. This is how simple it is. You add your triggers, which can be multiple ones, and the actions and events happening to the user when they enter the flow. Now, what are goals? So this is so cool thing. Basically, every automation has some kind of an idea. You want something to happen. The user to, let's say, to purchase a product, to submit a form, to fill a quiz, to go somewhere, whatever that thing is, you have some kind of idea behind it. So here, when you click on set a goal, you can actually define what that action is. And by the user doing that action, whatever that is, they will exit the flow. So you don't have to send them more emails or do more actions for that user, because they achieved what you want them to achieve. And here you can define the goal. Let's say when a tag is being added. So for example, your idea of the flow is a person to purchase a product. So you send them emails and different things to encourage them to purchase a specific product. So in the checkout that you create, you can just add a tag. Whenever somebody checks out, makes a purchase in the checkout, you can tag them with a specific unique tag. And here you can add, when somebody has the tag, let's say purchased is the tag that we have now created. And when somebody has that the tagged tag added to them, that means that they perform that action, and that will exit them the flow. Very simple and easy. So this here is defining what exactly these goals are, and you can define different goals, and we'll be adding more, as you can see, the goals that will actually exit the flow. And this is really cool because this will actually help you to see the actual percentage of users that actually successfully completed the automation. So when you click on the analytics and goals, is actually where you can see the analytics about your automation, like how many users have entered, how many completed the flow, meaning that they entered and ended up to the end of the flow, and how many are still inside the flow, being in some kind of a delay, for example. And then you have information about the email flow, and you can see the goal reached, and you can see the percentage. So this is really cool because you can see, let's say 10% of your users that are entering have actually completed the purchase goal, like in our case, or whatever goal that you wanted to do. Then you have here again more visual, the goal, the percentage, and how many people, and you can assign again what kind of goals you want to have here. And below you can see all the emails that are actually in your automation flow. So it's very easy to see the opens, the audience that have received those emails, and the click rate of your campaign. And of course you can always go back to edit your flow. So this is it. This is how simple it is to create your flows and see the analytics about them. And when you're ready, just click on and that will actually start your flow. And you can actually see here now the analytics about each step. You can see how many have completed it and how many are waiting. And actually you can only have a waiting setting, a waiting analytic only if it is a delay, because this is where they stop waiting a specific time and then they continue with their journey. So these are the automations, super powerful when you want to do any type of automated sequence of actions happening with the user. Super powerful and easy. And when you go back to your automations, you can see data about the audience, the opens, the clicks, and the goal of your campaign. If you have such goal set up for the automation flow, you see it there. So these are the automations, super quick, super powerful, and I hope that you enjoy them. Let us know what you think, and talk to you in the next video.